Aquarius, this is your week ahead tarot card reading by Born Without Boundaries Tarot. This is a message for Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising sign. It's Aquarius energy. So if you're drawn to this and you're not Aquarius, or you don't know if you have Aquarius placements, trust the fact that you're drawn to this. This message is for you. You find it when you need to hear the message. There's something here that you need to hear when you see this video. So this is where your message begins. And this is Sagittarius energy. This is surrender now. And I always say this, when I get this card, it's all about, you think surrendering is just like let go. The moth, when the moth surrenders, it doesn't surrender to the flame. When the moth surrenders, it escapes the flame, because it's trying to overwork and even following its instincts, saying, I've got to go in this pattern, I've got to go in this pattern, I got to go toward the light, I got to go toward the light. It's being compelled, right? But if it would surrender and let itself go, it would actually fall back and out of the hypnotic effect of the flame. So this card comes up, Aquarius, and it's saying you got to release, you got to let go. You can't overfight this fight. You can't over-ram this challenge. Let me say this. If the card came up like Aries energy, you know, it'd be like, yeah, you got to confront this head on. But this is Sagittarius energy. It's very different. You've got to be kind of warm. You've got to be kind of inviting. You've got to kind of like open yourself up to a lot of different perspectives and a lot of different points of view, and just give over to letting other people take the mic sometimes. That's the way to handle whatever situation you're in right now, because if you try to like headbutt it, you're going to drive yourself right into the flame and crash and burn. So it is kind of a warning, but it's also a strategy that will work for you. Let's get into the context and the situation. Aquarius, please know that whatever cards, as I divide the deck, fall out, I'm just going to leave them. They're part of the message. If you're looking for a personal reading because you need some clarity on a circumstance, go to my website, www.bornwithoutboundariestarot.com. You can book and schedule your appointment. You'll get your reading within you get your reading within 24 hours. So it's a quick turnaround for me. And if you haven't subscribed, Aquarius, please do subscribe to this channel. And when you subscribe, hit that notification bell and select all notifications, because then you will be notified when I go live. And I do free tarot card readings live on here, so then you could join in. You'll know when that happens. And if you want a number of those live readings with me, then you can join the members only, and you can get access to the members only live chats and tarot card readings. So that's an option too. Check it out. Moth to a flame. You don't want to be like a moth to a flame. Moths to a flame get burned. It could even be that something is trying to like tantalize you or suck you in. We're going to find out. Let's clear the energy first. Okay. I'm going to just shuffle to see if any more cards come out, Aquarius. Yep. There's something that you're kind of stuck with or straddled with. In other words, you're not going to be able to separate yourself from this situation. This is Aries energy, but it's in reverse. So honestly, Aquarius, you're not going to necessarily be able to separate yourself from the situation. You're kind of attached to it or obligated to it. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that you have to crash and burn along with it. You can be more strategic and more kind of objective and say, this isn't personal. I shouldn't take this personally. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open myself up to, like I said, in that Sagittarian spirit, open myself up to different people's perspectives and viewpoints. There's a lot that I could learn from this circumstance that I'm in, because right now, severing myself from it would also be crashing and burning too. In other words, the universe doesn't want you to panic, right? It wants you to like remain calm and kind of like allow, instead of freak out. So clearly there's something going on that there's potential for freaking out. Then in the future, we have now is a lucky time. So there's prosperity and abundance that could come from, you know, opening yourself up to many different resources, many different points of view. We have multiplying. That's what rabbit energy is. And be loyal to what you love. So this is Cancerian energy, usually calling back family. You could be having babies, right? There could be some sort of babies coming into your life. Or you're just multiplying your abundance and being very happy, finding that grounding within your family or your trusted unit. This could also be a sense of reminding you to have integrity, right? And reminding you that integrity doesn't always have to be defended so much as just lived. And there's a sense of you will actually stand out, or you'll stand out for standing your ground. You'll stand out for being who you are, but you'll also stand out for not fighting or trying to beat down other people and who they are. This sense of people, if you have integrity, people don't have to agree with you, right? You're just fine with ideas that are different than yours. You're just fine with viewpoints that are different than yours. You're just fine with that because you don't need external validation for your internal certainty about who you are. So that's kind of what this is. But there is abundance that's coming out of this. There is some kind of abundance, maybe family abundance, or adding to the family, or abundance you can bring home to the family that will come out of this situation. Maybe that's why you don't want to claim your independence. There is that sense of, I don't want to be separate from this circumstance, right? But I also don't want the ship to go down in flames. So instead, I'm going to surrender. Instead of, it's almost like surrendering. Yeah, I'm going to surrender instead of argue. I keep hearing that word. It's like you don't want to be pugilistic with this, or you don't want to be fighting, or you don't want to be defensive in this situation. That's not going to help you. So Aquarius, let's get day 7. I'm going to do the 7-day breakdown so you know exactly how all this is playing out. I'm going to do the 7-day breakdown. And I'm sick, guys, so if I take a sip of my tea every once in a while, just deal with it. It's going to be what it's going to be. Oh, okay. Well, there's something shocking that's going to happen here. Damn. Okay. Don't love that 7th day. We're going to figure out how we get to it. Hold on. Day 1. We have standing on your own 2 feet and walking away from what it's remembering who the fuck you are. This is that Virgo energy of I don't need anybody else's approval. I can go it alone. This is also I know my value. That's what it is. It's sort of like the single person card. I know my own value and I'm walking away from the stuff. Like I'm not interested in what I'm not interested in. This could be somebody that you're dealing with, or it could be an aspect of you. This sense of somebody who knows very well what they're interested in. Somebody that's kind of saying, no, I have everything that I need. I don't need to push or do more. Or this is a mentality that you're being guided toward. This sense of, I know my own worth. And that's why I'm not interested in anything outside of that. And I'm not interested in what I'm not interested in. I'm not interested in. I'm just gonna walk away from whatever doesn't serve me. I'm gonna stand in my own power. That's day 1. Okay. I feel like these are all suggestions, Aquarius. Then we have day 2. So there's heartbreak. You could be heartbroken by somebody's lack of caring, or somebody's coldness, by somebody's distance from you. Okay. once again, don't fight the situation. It's almost like the universe is saying, whatever situation is presented to you this week, don't fight it. Believe it and learn from it. Because there's something here that you need to know. Now we have heartbreak when it comes to, it's almost like there was heartbreak with a new love. There was heartbreak with a new love. There was maybe heartbreak with a new child. There was heartbreak with a kind offer. Or there's a kind offer that comes in when you are heartbroken. I just want to clarify that. When does this heartbreak, when does this new offer come in? It seems like there was, what? When does this offer come in? What is this about? It's almost like being generous of spirit when somebody is heartbroken, or be generous with regards to somebody's heartbreak. It's like you have a lot, you have abundance, there's certainty in you. And so be kind and compassionate. It's almost like maybe this is compassion, being compassionate for somebody else's heartbreak. Maybe somebody had to stand in their own power and walk away from a shitty situation, right? And so now it's up to you to just be compassionate with them. That's day 2. Right? Being compassionate. Being compassionate isn't the same as being taken advantage of or being duped. Just be compassionate. And then we have the 7 of Swords, and the 7 of Swords is here saying, oh, you may have been duped, you may have been undermined, or you're sitting over here being compassionate and somebody else was fooling you. So watch out for this fucking energy, right? This is Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is somebody who could use their sexuality deceptively. They're also somebody who could lack a lot of self-esteem or confidence. So it could be that lacking self-esteem or confidence has made you too compassionate. Whatever this is being duped by somebody who may have been playing you, may have been just after something that you had, or there's just this energy of letting somebody treat you in a way that you don't deserve to be treated. And then we have being dumped, or feeling abandoned, or feeling left alone. Right? It could even be in a situation where you're being overly nice, even though your heart is breaking, you're being overly nice. Even though deep down inside, you feel like everything is collapsing and falling apart for you. On the outside, you're being overly nice, right? And it's almost like the universe is saying, don't do that. Like, I know sometimes, especially if we love somebody, we try to hold it together for them, but don't be that. It's hard for me to say this to an Aquarius, because Aquarius says you like to stay calm, cool, and collected. But sometimes your coolness actually leaves you vulnerable for being used and manipulated, because you're not showing how much you care, and you're not showing how much something is hurting you. And because of that, it's almost like you tell somebody, or you teach somebody how to treat you, right? And it's almost like you teach somebody that it's okay to treat you in a way that hurts you by not acknowledging that it hurt you. Like, oh, let me spare them, or sparing somebody the pain of my pain, right? What? Anyway, day 4, that's the devil. The devil is toxic behaviors. The devil is addictions. The devil is restrictions that hurt us and destabilize our nature. I have had some really sick interpretations of the devil card saying it's really intense love. No, bitch. That's limerence and addiction. There's no such thing as a devil being anything good. Shut the fuck up. If the devil shows up and somebody's calling it good, you better run. Because that is when things are toxic and have gone toxic. So there's something toxic here, or you've been dealing with a Capricorn. You may be dealing with a Capricorn because you got the King of Pentacles here, right? Or there's just a sense of you feel restricted and you feel bound by money, right? By a contract with this motherfucker. You know, and it's almost like I'm restricting myself. I'm trying to pretend everything is okay because I want to impress somebody. But that's also pride. And you got to know that you're fucking yourself. You got to know that. You got to know that. unless you are legitimately just dealing with a Capricorn. But even then, this person is somebody who's very controlling and gonna want to contract you into everything, little by little, frame by frame, right? And they're kind of trying to lord that over you. Don't let them. Be you, be true to who you are, and then you'll end up happy. Hold on. We have the 5th day, looking in a different direction. I feel like this represents you need to start looking for options. And it's almost like on the 5th day, you realize, I got to get out of this. I just don't know how. Or you're thinking of somebody's thinking of going away. Somebody's thinking of, somebody's looking for options. Let's just say it that way. Then we have the Justice card, trying to find an equilibrium, or trying to make the right decision or the good decision. So what is the right decision? It's the right decision to start looking forward or looking in a different direction. It's the right decision for you to start doing that. Because somebody that you were dealing with was not there. It's almost like they're not the person. You are being very graceful with them. You are being very dignified with them, but in a lot of ways, I'm just going to call it, I'm going to say it, call a spade, Aquarius. They do not deserve it. So if you need to go into a different direction, don't be ashamed. You take your ass in the direction, happy birthday, Doug Denny. You take your ass in the direction that's right for you. And that is right for your integrity. So you don't have to keep compromising yourself. I think that's what this whole reading is about. Why are you compromising yourself? Why are you constantly considering, if you're in a situation where you constantly have to compromise who you actually are or your integrity in any capacity, you're in the wrong situation. Even if you're tied to it or you're obligated to it, don't allow it to compromise your integrity. Day 6 is here. 2 cards come out. Look at, there's so much value here. There's so much abundance. You will have the resources. You will have the resources. You will have access to those resources. You will have the fortune, but you will also have something better. And that is, I made my money the right way, or I know who I am. This is divine feminine energy, this sense of I have add value. People can't take that from me. This is value that I've already earned. We got to get to day 7. Let's get to the moon card first, though, Aquarius. Oh, what does the moon have to tell us? We have a fiery climax approaches. Now Aries energy comes toward the end of the week. And what do you need to release? So it could be more private or more personal, emotional, that this is bound up inside of you, and there is a climax that's coming. I can tell you that. Nothing is yet set in stone. So in the beginning of the week, things are still wishy-washy, or you're going to have a hard time seeing this or recognizing it. But by the end of the week, you're going to be like, no, I can't miss this shit anymore. This is what it is, and I got to say something. I got to do something. Let's go to the extended, guys. I'm going to get deeper into this message, and we got to get to day 7. Why is all this happening for Aquarius, please? Why? Buy the book. All that glitters is not gold. You got somebody who has got you tied up by the book, but their mask is starting to slip, motherfucker. The link is down below to the extended. I will see you there. It's also, I'll pin it to the top of the comment section, or just head on over to my Vimeo profile, Born Without Boundaries Tarot, over on Vimeo. You can even subscribe over there. You'll get notified over there when I upload new content. Just check out the latest Aquarius video. I'll see you guys there.